All right, we continue now as the libs freak out over everything that's going on with Elon Musk, of course. And I want you to hear this because, and I played it a moment ago, but I want you to hear this again. There are all kinds of people out there, but I have to play this again from MSNBC because you have to see what kind of fantasy world these people are living in. This guy, who has routinely defended the fact that conservatives get censored, and it was perfectly fine not to report on Hunter Biden, and kicking Donald Trump off from Twitter was all fine and well. But listen to the tune he is singing now. Roll it.
You own all of Twitter or Facebook or what have you. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to be transparent. You could secretly ban one party's candidate or all of its candidates, all of its nominees, or you could just secretly turn down the reach of their stuff and turn up the reach of something else, and the rest of us might not even find out about it till after the election. Elon Musk says this is all to help people because he is just a free speech, philosophically clear, open-minded helper.
All right, there you have it. Can you imagine that if you control Twitter, you could amplify one side and, take one side down, even silence them, kick them off the platform? Oh my gosh. Amanda, I'm sorry, I saw this and I think I laughed out loud. I mean, this delusional doesn't cover this. Delusional doesn't. This is so disconnected from. I'm like, I don't know. Help me. I have a headache. Help me.
Yeah, the truth is going to hit him like a clothesline when he finds out that this has been happening on Twitter for at least 6 years. Literally, exactly, precisely what he said. And, there are going to be some tough days ahead for liberals on Twitter, not necessarily liberal pundits and people with hundreds of thousands of followers, because a lot of times if you're a liberal member of the media, then you also follow conservatives and you are deeply informed on what a lot of us with the wrong think. But for other people who are liberals and they're on Twitter and they just like and retweet and follow random people, life is about to get very hard because they are about to find out that their beliefs are not as popular as Twitter's algorithms has allowed them to believe. They are going to have some come to Jesus moments when they find out the alternative narrative on COVID, on the election, on corruption in DC, on Donald Trump, on a whole plethora of issues. And honestly, Ari Melber's comments, they are the personification of, I don't know, Steve, if you saw the films by the Coen brothers, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and the meme that you see oftentimes with James Franco on the gallows where it says first time. That's exactly what his comments remind me of, because it's like, oh, really? Is this your first time experiencing the anxiety that something you tweet is going to get censored or get you taken off Twitter altogether? First time? Enjoy. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing. Here's my question. I mean, if these people get off from Twitter, I think that's great, as long as they move to Canada too, like they promised. I think that would be the best thing. Just cancel Twitter and get a U-Haul and seal. But do you really think there's going to be a mass exodus from Twitter? I don't. I think a few people will leave, like a fair amount of people left when Donald Trump was kicked off the platform or whatever. But I think there's this sudden energy on Twitter that's going to be resurgent. I think the value of the company is going to go up, at least in the short term.
I think it will as well. And I don't know if these people are actually going to leave. Probably not. Now, it's not because I don't believe that they are political doilies, because they are that frail, but only because I saw a lot of people tweeting yesterday that they were going to get off Twitter, and these were tweets that were 10, 12, 18, 24 hours old, and they were still on Twitter. So it's not because I think that they have any constitutional fortitude or any strength of character to tough it out in an area of free speech. It's just because I think they're lazy and they're addicted to Twitter.
Well, yeah, there is that. At any rate, can you imagine? You could amplify one. It's just shocking. Anyhow, Amanda, always, sometimes I'm rarely shocked by the left, but that guy, he was a jaw dropper. Anyhow, don't miss Amanda and John Solomon. Just the News, Not Noise, 6 o'clock weekdays right here on Real America's Voice. You don't want to miss it. And then tonight, following you guys, a very special edition of Live, Primetime Live, Lou Dobbs will be the fill-in host tonight, so that's very exciting. Quite a lineup, 6 and 7. There you go. Set your VCR, whatever people have these days, whatever they're called. Anyhow, VCR. There you go. I just dated myself. But don't miss.